Good morning, everybody. We got Tom and Lauren are here. Chris is on his way. He said he's running a little late. Cutting it a little close this morning, but he'll be here shortly. So, big 4th of July weekend. That's pretty awesome. This is a good weekend.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a little different. There's just a lot of people that were segregated from each other and separated from each other, and it just like we were driving back from your place on 120, or we were on Highway 60 coming back, and I mean it looked like you were driving down like a battlefield. It was just, I mean, there were mortars going across the highway. It was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, Tom. We're glad to have you guys. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. And we did everything American that day, did we not? We had barbecue.
Yeah.
We shot, I don't know how many different kinds of firearms. And
Yeah. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Sam. I think he's talked about his experience shooting those firearms. He's talked about that for about 3 days now.
Good.
Yeah, that was really cool. But that's a lot different than Call of Duty. I was like, yeah, it is a lot different than Call of Duty.
Did he get his hands on the Shockwave ever, or did he just shoot the ARs?
No, and I know he shies away from shotguns because a buddy of mine has one of those 1100s, but it's a 12 gauge, and it just rocked his arm off one time, and he's kind of like, I don't know if I want to shoot that. I was like, that's fine. You have to shoot it. So
yeah. Well, that Shockwave was not near as bad as I thought it was going to be. It really didn't kick that bad. Now it just had trap loads in it, so.
Now, for those who don't know, tell them what a shockwave is.
I probably should try to find a picture. So a shockwave it's a pistol. It's a Mossberg. That was a 570, although I think what they're selling now are 590 shockwave. And so it's a pistol grip. It's a 14-inch barrel pump action shotgun. So it's NFA classified as a pistol. So it looks like those riot guns that you see. You guys can. I'll while we're talking this morning, I'll see if I can't find a picture and get it up there.
It was a dandy. For sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
We stayed in the city, so we didn't fire off any weapons, but we definitely shot off some fireworks.
Well, there was a battlefield in front of your house. We drove back. We were driving back into town. We saw a bunch of fireworks going off. It looked like it was coming from the park direction, so we cruised down through there. We got in front of Lauren's house, and I mean, there was a lot of dead mortar rounds laying around all over the yard, and they're just standing out there, fired off in the middle of the road. It was fun.
Yeah.
You all had a bunch of fireworks too, didn't you?
Yeah. I love 4th of July. I love shooting off fireworks. Usually I'm not one to just light money on fire, but when it comes to fireworks.
All right, here you go. There's a picture of a Mossberg Shockwave I just put on the screen for you. So that was a lot of fun to play with out there. Good morning, Diane. Thanks for watching the show as always. Glad you're here.
Yeah, we joked that I think there was a lot of stimulus checks given to the 4th of July or the fireworks stands this year.
Well, okay, so the really fun video of fireworks was the one out of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if everybody knows what happened, but the governor and everybody in California said, no fireworks. We're not going to have any fireworks. And they canceled all their public displays and told everybody not to shoot off fireworks. And nobody listened. I mean, there's this drone. I guess it's a drone. I don't know what it is, but they were shooting off fireworks in L.A. It's just going nuts everywhere. And it was just like,
it's been coined the Great Fireworks Rebellion of 2020 is what it's been coined as. There's an article out there and you can take it however way you want to. But it's on AmericanGreatness.com, and it's called the Great Fireworks Rebellion of 2020. So I don't know I haven't read all the article, but it's basically talking about how they were going against the mandate. They basically said you can't shoot any fireworks off at all in the city. Is that correct?
It was something like that. I don't really know the details, but
that drone flying over, that looked like a special effects shot to me. I mean, it really did. Like, you never see that many fireworks going off in a city, and it was amazing, honestly, just to see it. I was like, that is so cool.
And it looked like just mile after mile.
Yeah.
Jesse made a stellar brisket on Saturday. Our friend Rob came up, and it was from one of their cows. It was from a steer, and it was good. It was, well, and he finished it in the oven, and he's convinced. He's like, I don't know why I feel like I need to smoke these the whole time. He's like, you can finish them in the oven.
Because he's a man. That's why.
Yeah. But yeah, it was an exceptional brisket. So
good.
That's always hard to beat.
I'll tell you. I guess it was Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. I had a tomahawk steak in the freezer, and I decided that I was ready to eat that, and so got it out, thawed it, put a little salt and pepper on it, drilled a hole in the bone so I could put the hook in it to hang it in the smoker, and it only took about 45 minutes to an hour, and it was fantastic. I'd never eaten a tomahawk steak before, but
tomahawk steak, I have to write that down.
It was crazy good, and I've been eating the leftovers on it the last couple of days. Really enjoying it. It's about all gone though.
I always shy away from getting those because they're intimidating. I mean, it's just a big, it's a big chunk of meat.
Yeah, it's a Fred Flintstone style steak because it's just this big bone. It's the big rib bone. And then the steak's on the end, so it kind of looks like a tomahawk, which is how it got its name. But it's, I mean, Jack ate it, and Shelby ate it, and I ate it for dinner Sunday night, and there was still probably half of it left. So
really,
yeah, it's a big steak. They're at Sam's, they're $25, $30 steaks, but they'll feed your family for that. So, and they're really good, and you don't have to do really anything to them to make them great. They're really good. Chris, what have you been doing? You've been silent this morning.
Yeah, I'm having some connectivity issues, so I've been over here trying to troubleshoot. It's not working for me. So I'm just enjoying all your 4th of July stories, and now I want steak for yeah, that's it.
Steak and eggs.
I'm getting back to work after a week off.
Yeah, it looked like you had a good trip.
It's kind of, you're just hitting the ground running.
Yeah, it looks like you had a really good trip to the beach. We're going to head the other direction at the end of this month. We're going to go up and try to see Mount Rushmore and the Badlands and all of that before somebody decides to deface them.
Nice. Please.
Take that shockwave.
I hope not.
I don't own the shockwave. That wasn't mine. So. No, I hope that doesn't happen. That's too bad. But I don't know. Craziness.
Hey, Lauren, can you tell us what's happening this weekend?
Yes. Farmers Market is happening at the park this weekend, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 270 County Line Road, where vendors are trickling in here at the last. People think that doing this stuff is that seems pretty easy. You just tell people you're going to have a farmer's market and they show up. No, that is not what's happening at all. I mean, and especially with COVID changing greatly the demand for farm goods, the farmers are busy and people are coming to them. And so, unless you're one of the really big markets in Springfield that's drawing, thousands of people every Saturday, it's kind of hard to get people on board to, pack up their food and bring it over to the park and sell it. So we've all been diligently working. Hi, Bernadette. She said hi. She's my friend.
Very good.
And we've all been. But it's tricky. But I think we're up to about 15 vendors, and it should be a great time. There's going to be music and lemonade this time, and no-bake cookie dough, and some baked goods and some farm stuff, and it's going to be fun. So I'm excited to be at the park and trying to figure out ways to feed people at the market, because it's hard to get a food vendor there. Please show up with your food truck and feed people.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I'd love to do that, but I don't have a inspected kitchen, so I can't do that yet. But
our friends at the park could do it as a fundraiser, and I'm testing some things right now because there's a lot less stipulations, health code wise, if it's a fundraiser. So, I mean, you really don't have to do anything other than, like not poison people. So we're looking at it, but I don't know. It's been an interesting year because, last year we easily and regularly got 20 vendors, and this year people are just out of stuff. And then they got their produce in the ground super late because of the wet weather and cold weather, and they're just behind. I mean, and then the Seymour people that are farmers, they had some bad storms, and it really set them behind too. So
they tore up their greenhouses and everything. They had it wasn't a tornado. It was like, what did they call it? It was like a wind shear that came through.
Like straight line wind.
Straight line wind, and it just tore everything up. Is my video not working?
It's been cutting in and out a little bit, Tom, but we could hear you okay. So you're going to need to get Nomad internet.
This broadcast brought to you by Nomad internet.
Yeah, I don't mean to be a salesman about it or anything, but I saw the ad. I thought, I'm always looking for better internet. Got the box, hooked it up. The box they sent was kind of crap, but it worked, and I noticed that it was doing pretty good. So I went ahead and I found a Netgear, a better cellular box, and so it showed up the other day, and I popped the SIM card out of the box that the Nomad people sent and popped it in this router and turned it on actually this morning. And the DSL that I get out here is 6 megabit. One of them, the other one's 3, and total high speed I was getting between 6 and 8. This morning I was getting 25 megabit. Off of this, off of this cellular one.
That's big time.
It is, and I've got an external cellular antenna I want to hook up to, because I think that'll get me even better. Because I'm running about 3 bars. I'm looking at it right now. I'm running about 3 bars on it. But I think, yeah.
What does the SIM card look like? Is it an AT&T SIM card, or is it a?
Yeah, it is.
Does it say Nomad?
No, it's an AT&T card essentially, because what Nomad does is they've got agreements with AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile. And so I'll put a link up here in a minute and on the in the comments, because on the KROG feed, because if you use my link, 2 things happen. You're going to get $25 off, and I'm going to get a free month of internet. So use my link.
So indirectly, you're donating to K-ROG Radio by giving us a free month.
I have donated so much to K-ROG Wildcat TV already.
It's the least you can do.
Yeah. But if you follow the link, there's a tool where you put in your address, and it helps you decide. You can pick any plan you want, but it will suggest, hey, this is going to get you the best in your area, and it happened to be AT&T for me. But for Tom's question, this is the SIM card that comes with it now. In the modem I had, but to use my new modem, I had to pop the actual SIM card out of this. So if you've been in your cell phone and looked at a SIM card, it's the same thing that goes in your SIM card. But it was super.
What is that?
It's good. It's Will's cat. Good morning, Will's
it's
cat.
a cat.
Oh yeah, my cat likes to join the show every morning, Charlie. So he prowls around. But it's
Get
been
a dog. Get a dog.
dogs for insecure, needy people. If you're secure in your own person, you get a cat because cats are indifferent. So
Yeah, I wanted to stay off of scandalous commentary this morning, so keep it
yeah,
clean. People.
that's what we need. Let's start a new national
We can't
fight:
go
cats
to
versus
the
dogs.
dog cat.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're trying to avoid controversy.
If you're a real American, you have a cat. Cats are for
Uh-oh.
patriots.
Wrench
Dogs
it
are
somehow.
for socialists.
What about gerbils? What about gerbils?
Gerbils. Well, I think that's the Joe
Freaks.
Jorgensen
Those are
option
for
right there.
I thought it was boxers were for patriots.
Oh, I don't know.
Do we want to go there?
No, we really don't. We've got enough to fight over in our country right now.
Freedom.
Let's not.
Hey,
Chris,
man.
Chris has garbage internet, so I'm going to communicate for him via messenger onto K-ROG, because this is the world that we live in. August 8th is a big day in Rogersville for multiple reasons. Back to school bash at the upper elementary. We're giving out backpacks and free food, games, inflatables. There are 10 local churches that have come together to do this. And
Crazy.
the PTA is doing their shoe drive that day, because I am the PTA treasurer, as I have been the checking account changed over to me as of this week. So I think that makes it official. And so last year, if you guys don't know about this, this is a good story. Several churches in the community planned a backpack program on the same day, and it happened to be the same day that we had the farmers market. And so there was some discussion amongst churches and community members that they'd like to see it all together. And Chris helped make that happen. And so they brought the whole thing together. And so everybody's doing it on the same day, and everybody's working together at the upper elementary. And the August farmers market is that day, and graduation is that night. So just completely black out August 8th on your calendar. Just cover it.
Farmers market was scheduled first, though.
It was.
Lauren, give yourself some kudos. You scheduled that day, and then everybody decided to schedule everything else on it.
Well, I think it's indicative of people go, well, if the farmers market's that day, that's the day we want to have our event, because we know good stuff's going to be happening and going on. So they're just piling on. Coattails.
Chris, tell us what's happening on August 7th. Oh, he's going.
First.
Twins, it's their birthday, but that's probably not what you're talking about. Yeah, so that's our first Friday event as well. So I told our
Oh man.
that whole weekend you can't plan anything, because we've got First Friday 6 to 9 at Jamestown, and then the next day is the farmers market and the back to school bash. So it's just a big weekend in Rogersville, and we hope everybody
Sunday's
hangs out
church,
and parties.
Sunday's church.
We'll just keep piling it on.
Right.
So, hey, and also, hopefully you guys can hear me. I know my on August 7th, that will be one of our first full-scale launches of Storytime Coffee Company, because we have
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
the August 21 and 22. Yeah, so the 7th is one of our soft launch dates. We'll be doing a series of soft launch dates. The Chamber will be having lunch at the Honor Company on the 11th, and we're going to open up for 2 hours during that period for Chamber members only. Give us their feedback, and so be looking for other soft launch opportunities before the grand opening to come give it a try.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, very exciting. Really looking forward to that. Really looking
Somebody,
Yeah, we are too.
I want to give him a shout out. Joseph Thomas,
Yeah.
old Joe, Green
Where
Box
is he?
Photography, is a stand-up guy. That guy goes around town and takes professional photos that are awesome, drone photos of your businesses, your events, and he just sends them to you. And he's like, here you go. I did this since I was out, and I had my camera, and I had my drone, and so here's a very nice picture of your building that you normally would pay a lot of money for. He is a class act, and if he's still listening, because he joined on my feed, I want to say thank you to Joe. So,
we love you, Joe. You're
yeah, we had him scheduled to do some family pictures back in June for my mom's birthday, and then my son, who's the behavioral health tech at a rehab facility in Kirksville, the day before, texts us and it's like, yeah, one of my clients has COVID-like symptoms, so maybe I should. Now they tested and nobody had it, but it was just the timing was such we had to postpone that. But it's probably time to get that back on the books. Actually, now that I think about that, we need to get that done. But we're going to use Joe for some of our law firm photos for our website. We're kicking out. So, yeah, good guy. Lauren, I don't want to put you on the spot too much. I do it all the time. So, but what vendors do we have, and do you know the band that's going to play for the?
Yes, Shortleaf Band is going to play. It's really kind of a duo, but last time 4 of them came, and they're local Rogersville people. Great, just kind of general bluegrass band. We have 2 baked goods vendors. We have Lemonade. We have the No Bake Cookie Dough Company. We have Full Metal Customs. We have Jeanette Bass, who's local. She has a booth, and then her daughter Shelby has a youth booth, which that's hard to say.
Youth booth.
And because we have youth booth, we allow 3 youth vendors at each market, and Shelby makes homemade dog treats, which the furry friends love. And we have Gooseberry Bridge Farm, which is a local farm in Rogersville that's going to have some veggies and fresh cut flowers and cinnamon rolls. We have there's like 15 now. We've got Ray. There's a couple I'm excited about. I just remembered. We've got Ray, who does pork and lamb and eggs, and it's the best pork you'll ever have in your life. It is amazing. And Danny, with Danny's Flower Pot Bakery out of Springfield, is a pie vendor, and her stuff looks amazing. And I have heard big things. And she does sweet pies and savory pies. We have What's Poppin', which is a new kettle corn vendor in the area. And Mean Greens is going to be there if they've got enough produce. But they have been selling produce like crazy through their CSA. And so I talked with Farron yesterday. And then hopefully Jim, my honey guy, as he likes to tell my husband, and my honey guy will possibly be there. He usually shows up, so I'm assuming Jim's going to be there. He's kind of off the grid. And I'm sure Friends of the Park, we're going to be selling T-shirts. We've got several T-shirts in different sizes and things to sell. We'll probably have coffee and tea again like we did last time. So there's going to be a lot of fun. SC Farms is going to be there with goat's milk soaps and stuff, and their stuff's awesome.
Yeah,
so
we got some of that SC Farms stuff, and it's really good. It's
yeah.
I mean, I'm not really a soap and lotion guy, but my wife likes it, so.
It's going to be a great market. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be hot, so I ordered one of those misters,
nice.
that you like attach to clothes, because I wanted it, and it was on Amazon, and I was like, this is a good excuse to buy that.
Do you know what time frame the band's going to be playing?
They'll be there 10 to noon. 10 a.m. Yep.
So, this is, I think something that people haven't been to this before, maybe don't know, but this can be a bring your lawn chair kind of deal and hang out for a little bit. So, especially if we could get this food situation settled, you could come, you could shop, you could get some food, you could listen to the band, you could hang out. I think we need to figure out the food situation, Lauren, and then we'll get it going.
And it's a great event. I mean, I'm there pretty well the whole time. My family comes and helps, and it's a really fun way to spend a morning. And I mean, it's one of those things where, yes, we're volunteering, but it doesn't really feel like we're volunteering. It's a great way to spend your morning in Rogersville, and you can definitely eat because you can always get baked goods. And Danny, I think, is going to try to bring some like mini quiches and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm working on something. I got something in the works.
You always
I'm
are.
doing some. I do. Yeah.
We can count on you to do that. So I got to look. I'm not sure if we're in town or not. I got to look at my calendar and see what the trap shooting schedule looks like. For the 11th, we're going to be back at Lynn Creek for another trap shoot. So I'll be out of town, but I hate to miss that. But we're going to go watch them bust some clays again.
Pew, pew.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the weather. Let's take a quick look at that. That's today's radar. It's pretty clear, but
Hot.
hot. Let me see if I can get the forecast on there. Yeah, today 91 today. 91 this Saturday. Looking at maybe some thunderstorms, 90 degrees. Kind of thunderstorms kind of maybe around that time frame. Looks like right around noon. 20% is all it says. 11 and noon.
Oh.
So.
Got a radar up on the screen. Hey, I think K-ROG is big enough that we need a traffic helicopter.
Okay, we'll work on that, Lauren. All we need is a sponsor. All we need is a sponsor, and we can totally have that. Now, I don't want to be crazy. This may be a little premature, but Tom and I were kind of looking at some studio space yesterday. So we may get to do this. We could all be in person and sitting on a studio stage doing our show here in a month or so. Who knows? Would that be fun?
Well, given the way my internet's going today, I just let me know what you need me to chip in because I'm getting pretty irritated. So I'm done.
And if he says that,
Can we just get on with it?
And
I'm frozen.
And prove his
Probably
point.
Frozen.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Well, we filled up about our half hour,
Unreal.
folks. What else do you want to get out there before we shut it down for the day?
I'm back on Facebook. I just wanted to say that my vacation from Facebook was amazing. I was off for, I think it was 3.5 weeks, and it was a lot of fun. So, not to say that everybody here needs to get off of Facebook, but maybe don't use it like all the time.
Yeah.
Like, try when you're going to the bathroom not using Facebook. Enjoy your time.
We'll have to renew. We'll have to renew some magazine subscriptions if we're going to do that.
That's right. But no, it really was. You kind of you figure out how to stay in your lane a little bit and not try to follow what everybody else is doing. And it is kind of, I know it sounds odd, but it was actually very liberating. So that's just my 2 cents.
Well, I'll bet it was. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the show again. We'll shut it down. And as always, keep K-ROG and Rogersville in mind, and we'll see you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.